Hi, this is Juvin Bhatt, student of my Institute of Technology. Today I'm here to represent my topic climate change and infection disease outbreak. My student ID is 300100414. My contents are climate change and infection diseases and outbreaks associated with climate change, some areas which are most at risk, some evidence that climate change contributes towards an increase in increased risk of infection, some of the existing and emerging diseases, risk management strategy that could support authorities to assess, manage, and treat potential outbreaks. Now, we will see basically what is climate change. Climate change is a periodic modification of Earth's climate that is been brought about because of atmosphere as well as some interaction between atmosphere and various factors like geological, chemical, biological, and some geographic factors. Climate change may last up to few decades as well as it may lead to millions of years. Basically, climate change is a change of environment. Now we will see which are the infection diseases and outbreaks which are associated with climate change. Basically, I would like to brief this chart first, which includes environment, human, animals, and vectors. Humans are mainly affected because of these three main factors: vectors, animals, and environment. Because of climate change, environment is affected. Some of the vector-borne diseases are lead because of climate change. Some of the animals are affecting because of climate change. These all may impact on human infection diseases. Some of the waterborne diseases like diarrhea, gonorrhea are affected because of climate change. Vector-borne diseases like uh, malaria, chikungunya, cholera are the diseases which are vector-borne diseases. Foodborne diseases like diarrhea is there, and some of the airborne diseases like asthma is there, and some of the cardiovascular and respiratory infections. Now we will see the infection disease and outbreaks associated with climate change. There are two main factors: environmental change and diseases. Because of dams, canals, and irrigation, diseases like malaria, riverborne diseases, helminthiasis, and schimatomasis is common. Some of the because of agricultural and intensification, diseases like malaria, Venezuela, hemorrhagic fever are common. Because of urbanization and overcrowding, diseases like cholera, dengue, cutaneous leishmaniasis are common, usually in cities like Auckland, in Canada, cities like Toronto, in India, bigger cities like Mumbai. Wherever the overcrowding is there, these diseases are very common in spread. Because of deforestation and new habitation, malaria, outbreak, versical leishmaniasis is common. Now we will see the next slide, which includes some of the factors like rising temperature. Due to rising temperature, sea weather and extreme heat are affected. Because of sea weather, it affects on mental health conditions of the of human. Because of extreme heat, heat-related illness, which may lead sometime to the death of the patient, and some cardiovascular failures are occurred. Because moreover, due to extreme weather, air, air, air pollution occurs and changing in vector ecology is common. Because of air pollution, some of the cardiovascular diseases are occurred, and because of changing vector ecology, diseases like malaria, dengue, encephalitis, heptavirus, Rift Valley River fever, Lyme disease, chikungunya, and West Nile virus are common. Due to rising sea level, respiratory illness is common, and because of water quality impacts, diseases like diarrhea is common. Impact on CO2 level of it impacts mainly on the environmental degradation, which may lead to forced migration of people and civil conflicts, which mainly affects on the mental health of the people. Now, in continuous slide, we will see The areas which are most at risk, it includes mainly the coastal regions. In coastal regions are affected because of rising of water level. Now we will understand water level rising. It's mainly because of glacier melting. Due to rising in temperature, temperature is mainly rise because of air pollution, and because of high temperature, snow is melting, and melted snow increases the water level, and because of increased water level, mainly the coastal regions are affected, and disease outbreaks are common like malaria, chikungunya, and so many others in coastal regions, which now we will see the Arctic region. Arctic region because of melting of glacier in Africa due to drought condition. So many diseases are common. Some small islands again because of rising in water level. Now we will see which are the evidence that climate change contributes towards increased risk and infection. See, there are three main essentials of infection diseases: an agent or pathogen for host to transmission for the transmission in environment. This has been stated in Altizer 2014. According to the European Environmental Agency, global average surface of temperature is increasing up to 0.74 Celsius, and global sea level is rising up to 1.8 millimeter every year since 1961. The Arctic Sea glacier is shrinking up to 2.7% per decade. Some because mountain glaciers have been contracting oceans in becoming more acidic and extreme weather events. The Intergovernmental Panel (IPCC) has predicted that an average temperature up to 1.5 to 5.8 Celsius across the globe, which has been accompanied by an extreme and anomalous weather events, including heat waves, flood, droughts. Some pathogens are the carrier of vector-borne diseases, uh, and host completes their life cycle. Appropriate climate and weather conditions are necessary for the survival, reproduction, distribution, and transmission of the diseases from pathogen and host. Therefore, changes in climate or weather conditions impacts mainly on the infection diseases through vectors. In continuous slide, we will see this diagram, which diagram states the host pathogen through host pathogen is transmitted in human. Now, climate change is mainly affected on host. Which are the factors which are affected in climate change? It includes temperature, precipitation of humidity, wind and dust, and some other factors. And because of host pathogen transmission, it leads to an infection disease in human society. Diseases like vector-borne diseases, waterborne diseases, foodborne, and airborne diseases. Further slide, we will discuss the studies have been found that long-term climate change are the warming trends to favor the geographic expansion of sea level, severe infection diseases. This has been stated in Oswald Burner 2015. And extreme weather events may help to create an opportunities for more clustered diseases outbreaks at a non-traditional place and time. Overall climate conditions are affected in geographical regions and infection diseases uh, uh, affecting timing and intensity of disease outbreaks. Uh, this was the first part of my presentation, which was mainly focused on climate change, which are the main regions which are affected or due to climate change, and uh, how how humans are getting infection disease because of climate change. Mainly, we have seen that vectors are responsible for climate change. Temperature is responsible for climate change, and some areas are affected due to climate change. Now we will see the